So let me show you the initial start of this activity. So this is a total of 200 observation, and we start with the highest score, that's equals max, open parenthesis, and we highlight this set of data. Then press enter. So that's 44. The lowest should be equals min, open parenthesis, highlight this set of data, and press enter. So the highest score is 44, the lowest score is 9. Then if you take the range, that is 44 minus 9, and we have a value of 35. Now the total number of observation is 200. If we take the square root of 200, that's equals sqrt 200, it's 14.14. And the class size should be equal to the range divided by the class interval. So that's 2.47. This is the common error for most of you. This should be rounded up to the next odd number. So it should be 3. If this turns out to be an even number, you need to round it up to the next odd number. So say for example, this was rounded up to 4, then your final class size should be 5. So this will be our basis for setting up our class interval. So you normally start with the lowest score, and then after that it should be equal to 9 plus, you now copy your class size, which is 3. You need to encode it in this manner so that you can easily copy or drag the formula down. There you go. And then for the upper limit, this is equals your class size, or your lower limit of the first class interval, plus your class size, which is 3, then minus 1. So this should be 11. And this is correct because 12 comes after 11. Then this is equal to the upper limit of the class interval plus 3. Then press enter. So again, one of my correction here is that you have to write or type the number of, or the value of the class size, not by simply clicking on the cell, because it won't actually follow if you drag the formula down. So as you can see, the highest score is located on the last class interval, it's 44, and the lowest score is located on the first class interval. Now to assist you with the frequency, this is the common error for most of you. So this should be equals COUNTIF, and then we set up our range and criteria. So the range is always the set of data from A2 to J21. So going back to my formula, that is equals COUNTIF with S. And then I have my range 1 followed by my criteria 1. So this is in quotation. My criteria 1 is greater than or equal to 9. And then comma. You copy the same range, that's A2 colon J12 or J21. Where did this come from? It's the same when you highlight this set of data. So completing the criteria 2, that's from 9 to 11, so less than, or that's greater than or equal to 9, but less than or equal to 11. Then close parenthesis. Now before you finish this, you need to lock the criteria range, your set of data, so that when you drag the formula, this will no longer change. It will stay the same. So in doing that, you need to use the $sign. So $sign on the letter and $sign on the number. $sign on the letter, $sign on the number, letter and number. Then make sure that your range is in quotation. So this is quotation greater than or equal to 9. Then this is quotation less than or equal to 11. Enter. So it automatically counts the number of frequency from the range or from the class interval 9 to 11. So if you copy this formula, all you need to do is update the range. So in this class interval, this should be 12 to 14. There. And next in this class interval, it should be from 15 to 17. 15 to 17. And so on. So if I update the rest, it should look like this. So when you take the sum, that's equals SUM, open parenthesis, this should be exactly the same as the value of your capital N, which is 200. So when this is equal already to your original capital N, then you know that your frequency is correct. So I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna leave the rest to your own solution.